Okay, thank you guys. Today I'd like to introduce you a new developed strategy, very easy, simple and repeatable. The first thing I'd like to tell you, I would like to introduce you to this trading strategy. Is very simple, and the key points are Asian and London session. They are the main key points, and first I'd like to give you the reason why they're the key points. The first thing is that the Asian, why is the Asian session so slow and why is the London session so aggressive? The first thing I'd like to tell you is that the Asian session is so low because the Europe, at the moment, they are asleep, and the one that are active, the active traders are like Hong Kong, China, Japan. They are the one active, but they are not strong enough to move the market aggressive. So when the London session open, meaning the Europe, they wake up and they immediately go direct to the market and place orders. That's when the market move rapidly or aggressively. So the first thing I would like to tell you is that I want to trap the Asian and the London together. I'm combining them so that I could get a perfect New York entry. The first thing before I go to back testing, because I'll show you how I do it, and I'll give you my full week strategy that I back tested it. It worked. It's very simple. Usually normally the Asian session has low volatility, and the London session move so aggressively. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to use something called volume profile. I'm going to take volume profile. I'm going to measure from the Asian to the London session, and the volume profile is going to give me 3 points. The upper one is called 3 level. The upper one is called value area high, and the lower one is called value area low, and the mid one is called point of control. Point of control is where the market hide most buyers, so they are most trade active there at the point. That's why it's called the point of control, but I'm not using the point of control. I'm using the two things. I'm using the value area high and value area low. If you have ever had our support and resistance or anything like supply and demand, so in this case I'm using them. That's my very strategy that I'm using. I like using the support and resistance level, but I can't just mark the high and low where I can see liquidity, mark liquidity and say this is my support and this is my resistance. That's actually not correct. So what I do, I mark the Asian session from the beginning of the Asian session to the end of the London session. Then the volume profile provided me with the value area high and the value area low, meaning it gives me the support and resistance. When the market hit the support, I buy. When it hit the resistance, I sell. But when the market breaks, I wait for it to come back and retest at the same area, so I could buy or I could sell. Simple, easy like that. And before you enter trade, once the market hit the support and resistance, the basic rule of using the support and resistance, you have to wait. First you have to zoom in so that you can see if the market really penetrate that area or it didn't penetrate it. So if it didn't penetrate it and close it inside or outside, so that's your confirmation candle. And we're going to wait the most candle that I would like you to use them. The first one is the engulfing candle. The engulfing candle is very powerful, and the spike, also known as the hanging man, the reversal candles. So those are the confirmation candle. If you see a reversal candle at the key level, that's your confirmation entry. You buy immediately or you sell immediately at that zone. So I'm going to show you how I do it like this.
As we start, the first thing I want you to make sure that you have the session indicator by Lux Algo. That's the first thing and most important thing. As to its setting, you're supposed to import, to remove the New York session, and and mark all the session, the Tokyo and the Sydney. Okay, after you are done with that, then you come to our strategy. Okay, here we are going to start with the last Friday so that we don't get lost on where the strategy is taking us to. Okay, now we have the value area high and value area low that we are going to call the support and resistance and point of control. Okay, on the opening of the market hit our support zone. It break into, then it retested. After it retested, that's when you're going for a buy. Stop loss on the lower liquidity, on the previous high or low. That's where you're going to put your stop loss. Okay, look at that. Beautiful. Okay, the next thing I want you to do on Monday is what I did. I mark the Asian, make sure it's exact Asian from where the Asian start to where it ends. Let me remove this for clear vision. Okay, this where it starts and this where it ends. Asian plus London. I get my value area high and value area low. After that, the market first goes for our lower zone. That's our support. After it went to our support, it touches it perfectly, giving me a buy position right here. After giving me this buy position, okay, on there, give me a nice risk to reward ratio. Perfect. The following day, it was on Tuesday, I did the same, marked the Asian and London together. After that, I got my support and resistance. I waited for the market to touch either support or resistance. After it touches, it went for to my resistance, then it break my resistance. After breaking the resistance, it then retested it right here. After it retested it right here, I went for a buy. Immediately I went for a buy position without wasting any time. After I went immediately for a buy position. Immediately I went for a buy, putting my stop loss on the previous high or low. Okay. The following day, it went on Wednesday. I came back here on Wednesday. I put my volume profile. I mark my London and Asian and London session. I got my 2 zones. Then interesting part happened. The market made wonders. It touched my zone thrice. The first one, the second one, and the third part. So in either way, if I was going to buy here or here, I would have still the same get the same reward, because the market respected those zones, because those zones are very powerful. I bought on the previous high or low, targeting my support zone. I don't wanna be greedy. Perfect, look at that, very beautiful. Okay, the next thing I did is I came back on Thursday. I marked my Asian and London session. I got my support and resistance. After I got my support and resistance, the market didn't open on the in between the support and resistance. It opened outside the support and resistance, so I was supposed to wait until it come back where I wanted it to be. Look at that, it came back on my support at this, on my resistance. I mean, at this point it's not again my resistance, this one, it's my support, because it can't be support, it can't be resistance. I mean, it supported my market, it supported the market, I mean, sorry, and had some couple of touches before heading, giving me a risk to reward, a perfect risk to reward 1:2. Then that ended on Friday. I got a 1:2 on Thursday. On Thursday I got 1:3. Okay. On Wednesday I got 1:5. Wow. On Tuesday I got 1:3. On Tuesday I got 1:3, and on Monday, let me see, on Monday what did I got on Monday? On Monday I got 1:2. Now you can see how the strategy works. It's very simple, repeatable, and it works every day. So the other thing I want to show you is what happened on Friday. On Friday I marked my Asian and London session. It gave me my support and resistance. After it gave me my support and resistance, the market went for the resistance area. After I went for the resistance area, the market closed because we were on a weekend. After the market closed, I was supposed to wait. So I waited until this gap was filled. So I not supposed to trade. I cannot trade using this strategy when there is a gap in between. So I waited for this gap actually to fill up, and it filled up. It takes the whole day to fill up. After it filled up, it first tested my resistance area right there. So after testing my resistance area and show me give me some confirmation candles, I had to place a trade, putting on this liquidity right there, giving me a nice risk to reward ratio of 1:4 or 1:4 actually. So you don't have to trade when there's this gap here. You have to wait for this gap to fill up so that you can get, and also you don't need to have a rush in this strategy. You have to wait. As you can see, let me see on Monday before that, what did it do? Okay, you see there's a gap. The market opened with a nice crest with the support and resistance, but it didn't tested the area. It just went up, didn't tested the area. So that's the main reason for that.
If you've really enjoyed my back testing, that's how I do it. It's very true. If you don't believe me, just go back and back test it yourself. It only works on one pair, JPP USD. That's my favorite pair. Make sure it's JPP USD. Make sure that you have the session by Lux Algon. That's the second thing. And the third thing, you have to make sure that you use the volume profile, and you mark the value area high and value area low. If your volume profile does not provide it, click the setting button so that you can activate them, so to make your trade much easier. If you really enjoyed this video, click the subscribe button, because I give it a 95% rate and I don't give it 100, but you can make it 100 if you just click the subscribe button, because I'm going to give you back the 5%. The 5% comes from the fundamental analysis and the technical analysis. If you want to get it to 100%, click the subscribe button. Thank you guys.